Cheers!
Be honest, when you woke up this morning, did you actually check your phone or did you spend 30 minutes lighting a scene candle, making a flawless matcha latte, and reading a book in perfect morning sunlight?
If you're like 99% of us, you probably just hit the snooze button 3 times and scrolled through TikTok in your wrinkled pajamas. But why does social media make us feel so guilty for just being normal?
Welcome back to Behind the Screen with Sasa and Atira. Today we are breaking down the aesthetic trap. Right, I'm talking about this aesthetic morning routine or study with me videos. You know, the ones where people wake up effortlessly at 5 a.m., light a perfectly stained candle, make a matcha latte without spilling a drop, and read a book all before the sun is even up.
Oh, I know those videos all too well. They look absolutely beautiful, but honestly, sometimes they make me look at my own messy room, my built up laundry, and think, wow, am I doing life completely wrong?
Exactly, Atira, and that's the exact social issue we want to unpack today.
Right.
It's what sociologists and psychologists refer to as the aesthetic trap. It's a modern cultural phenomenon where we heavily romanticize everyday life on social media, and today we want to look at how it actually impacts our society mental well-being.
Right, Sasa. Okay, you're calling it a trap, but let's play devil's advocate for a second. Don't you think romanticizing life is actually a healthy coping mechanism? In psychology, as I know, there's a well-known concept called savoring. It's the practice of mindfully appreciating small, positive moments in life. If filming your morning coffee helps someone appreciate their day more, what's the harm in that?
Okay, Atira, I completely agree that finding joy in the little things is great for our psychological well-being. Savoring is healthy, but here is where the social issue lies. Social media doesn't just encourage you to enjoy the moment, it pressures you to curate the moment. It creates an idealized reality.
An idealized reality? Break that down for us, Sasa.
Okay, think about human psychology. In sociology, there's a famous concept called social comparison theory. It states that humans naturally determine their own social and personal worth based on how they stack up against others.
So, when we constantly consume content that is heavily edited, polished, and filtered, our brains experience a cognitive bias.
Yes, Atira, exactly. We start to subconsciously believe that everyone else is living this perfect, productive, aesthetic life while they are lagging behind. It creates a false standard that is impossible to maintain in real life because real life is inherently messy.
Oh, that's a really solid point, Sasa. And you know what else this aesthetic trap fits into? It fits into toxic productivity. Okay, I noticed that a lot of these aesthetic videos focus heavily on hustle culture. It's always about studying for 10 hours straight, working out, meal prepping, and having a side hustle.
Okay, absolutely. It redefines human worth based entirely on output.
Yes.
Okay, if you're resting or if you're just having a slow, unproductive day, the algorithm makes you feel guilty.
Yes, Sasa. And let's not forget the economic side of this social issue, consumerism. To have an aesthetic life, suddenly you need to buy specific things. It's like the expensive glass cups, the viral pastel highlighters, the minimalist desk setup, and the trendy linen pajamas.
Yes, it commodifies our daily existence. Marketing brands love this trap.
Why, Sa?
Because Atira, it turns everyday habits into a status symbol. It tells young people you can only have a peaceful, successful life if you buy this product. That's a dangerous narrative for a society to internalize.
Okay, Sa, I hear you, and those are heavy criticism. But let's look at the flip side again, and to be fair, aren't there positive social impacts? For instance, during midterms exams, millions of students watch study vlogs or join live study rooms. It creates a sense of digital solidarity. It's a form of social modeling where seeing someone else work hard actually motivates you to open your textbook.
That's true. Digital communities can offer great support, but we always have to question the root motivation. Is it internal motivation or is it a deep-seated need for external validation?
What do you mean by that, Sa?
Well, if you study for 4 hours but you didn't take an aesthetic photo of your laptop next to a cup of coffee to post on your Instagram story, did it actually happen?
I think that. Ouch, okay, that's hit a little bit too close to home for me. But I get what you mean. We start living for the aesthetic of doing things rather than the actual experience of doing them. The performance becomes more important than the reality.
Oh, yes, Atira.
So, since we're talking about escaping this trap, how about we do a little experiments this week, Sasa?
Okay.
And we can challenge our listeners to do it too.
Oh my god, interesting.
Oh.
I love challenge. What do you have in mind?
Okay, let's call it the Unaesthetic Day Challenge. For the next 7 days, every time you do something normal, messy, or unproductive, you are not allowed to fix it for the camera. If your desk is messy while studying, let it be messy. If you drink instant coffee out of random carton mug, enjoy it as it is. No filters, no correction.
Wow.
Yes.
That actually sounds harder than it looks.
Yes, Sasa.
So basically, we are practicing unconditional self-acceptance offline, right?
Right.
Experience life without the need for a digital audience.
Exactly, Sasa. So, let's see if our anxiety drops when we stop trying to perform for the algorithm. Listeners, you should definitely try this with us.
I'm definitely in for that challenge. So, what's the grand takeaway here? Are we saying social media is completely destroying our perception of reality?
Not necessarily. At the end of the day, social media is just a tool, Sasa. The real solution here is developing critical media literacy. As consumers, we need to constantly remind ourselves that what we see on screens is a highlight reel, a highly curated performance, not the full script of human life.
Well said, Atira. We need to practice real mindfulness offline. It
Right.
is 100%. Okay, if your real life involves hitting the snooze button 3 times, drinking cheap instant coffee, and dealing with a messy room, that isn't unaesthetic. That is just being human.
Oh yeah, right, Sasa. Beautifully stated. Well, then brings us to the end of today's episode of Behind the Screen. We want to hear from our listeners out there.
Do these aesthetic videos genuinely motivate you to improve your life, or do they just trigger your social anxiety? And let us know if you're joining our Unaesthetic Day Challenge.
Okay, let us know your thoughts and experiences in the comment section below. Okay, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode with a friend who might need a little reality check today. See you in the next episode. Bye bye.